All right, so in this tutorial for prepress, I'm going to show you guys how you export files in JPEGs. And we're doing this from InDesign, but this kind of applies to like Illustrator as well. Photoshop a little different, but regardless, if you're exporting something that you want it to be small and on the web, then you got to pay attention to dots per inch. JPEGs are a compression file format, so they're not really meant for printing. They have to be really high resolution in order to print. So we're going to go to File, Export like we would a PDF, but instead of PDF, we're going to select JPEG. And when I hit Save, as with all prepress, you got to pay attention to the dialog boxes that come up. And so if you've got a small, and I say small in size, I'm not talking about, at this point, I'm not talking about megabyte file size. I'm talking about like in inches. Like right now, this thing is about almost 10 inches wide by almost 11 inches tall. So if I export it to 72 dots per inch, it's got some room that it could scale down and still be full and tight and sharp and crisp. But if this were small, like say the size of a business card, then it's gonna, when you start scaling it big, it's going to start distorting and pixelating. So, yeah, what you really need to do is pay attention to this, your resolution when you export to a JPEG. If it's, the rule of thumb is if it's small in measurement, it's bigger in dots per inch. Or in this case, it says PPI, pixels per inch. So if it's a small physical, small in size like a business card, it should have a higher resolution, like say about 120. If it's big like this, then it needs a smaller resolution, so back to 72. So that's the rule of thumb for when you're exporting a JPEG out, is that you just want to make sure that if it's physically small in size and you want it to be sharp and clear, it should have a higher PPI. If it's a big in physical size, then it doesn't need a high PPI. 72 is fine. Always have anti-alias and embed your color profiles from your images that you place into it. But then after that, you hit export, and then it's all good. Quality, I usually have it set mine as high if I know it's going to be displayed on a web or it's going to be printed or something like that. If it's something for a preview, like if I'm freelancing and I don't want them to take the artwork and go and try and get it printed, I might set it to medium or low so that they can see it, but it's not going to give them a quality image if they try to go and print this out. And that's pretty much it about how we export JPEGs. If someone, oh yeah, one more thing. If someone is asking you to export it as a JPEG so that they can print it, physically print it, then always set your quality at maximum and set your resolution at 300. It needs to at least be 300 in order to be able to pull physical printing plates off of it. So yeah, if someone says send this, we're going to print it, set it to maximum, set it to 300 for your resolution, and it'll give them a print quality JPEG that they can use. More dots per inch, pixels per inch, better than anything. So physically small, large PPI, physically big, small PPI, physically printed, high quality, and large PPI. But that's how you deal with exporting JPEGs for prepress.